Yeah.
Shalom, brothers Bashar, coming back at you with a video of GMS 100 sit-downs through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Father, Yahweh Shai the Son. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Shai. Double honors to the elders, apostles of GMS for teaching us the truth. Shalom to all the sincere Akyam who push His word and sincerity and truth all over the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man, I want to make this video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. I'm just gonna pinpoint a few things, few scriptures, and I want to make you think about what this actually means, you know, because some things are very important that you need to realize. You can stumble at anything, you know, which would hold you back from making it to the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Shai. So I want to start off with 2 Ezra chapter 7 verse 3. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it, and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? So he's searching to find the sea which is broad, narrow, and which is broad and deep and great. You want to find the great sea while you're living in the inward part of the land. How can you find the sea if you never went through the narrow river, man? You know, you gotta find the narrow river first before you enter into the sea, man. Verse 5. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? Yeah, how can you come into the broad sea if you never went through the narrow river? You can't. You have to know where the river leads you to come and enter into the great sea. Verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field. So a big city is set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left hand, and on the left a deep water. And the only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. So this path to enter into this great city full of good things has fire on the right hand and water on the left hand. You can perish in the fire, you can perish in the water. We saw that in the times of Noah, and we're gonna see that in this second death, which is gonna be by fire, with the fire, man, you know? So you can perish from them both, but you wanna make it into the great city. Verse 8, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? God, so if this man inherits this city, which is full of good things, but he never has the guts, he never is gonna take the chance to walk over that narrow path besides the water and the fire. How can he ever inherit his hair? How can he ever come in his inheritance? He can't. He gotta go and face the trouble, man, that awaits you. And you gotta be spiritual and realize it, man. You know? This is Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in therein. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Like this scripture also says, this is the perfect precept. There be a few that find it, and like we read in 2nd Ezra, only one person can enter over that narrow path at once. So it's not a way that you can enter with a big ass group, you know? Like IOIC wanna talk that they are more in numbers. It's not about numbers. It's about being an honorable man, facing the things that are for to come, and not to look for things that are in this world. Because like it says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way that leadeth unto which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. There are only a few. So if you think that with numbers you can achieve more than a group that's small and teaching the truth, then you bugged out, man, you know? Because the people that want to walk the broad way are all gonna fall into the water or in the fire. They're gonna be, you know, missile food, or, you know, things that are coming. The evil day of Yahweh Shem Shai. But for the people that are walking in that narrow path, it's gonna be a day of deliverance, you know? So you have a few choices. And like I say, there are a lot of things where you can stumble at, man. And one thing is being disrespectful to the men that are put above you. Being not honorable to the man that taught you. Not being honorable to the man that set up your camp, for example. You know? I'm gonna point out a quick example. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 14. For the body is not one member, but many. Yeah, like we are the teachers in the highways and byways. We are one body. We are one body, and in one body we teach this truth. If you are teaching and you don't know the answer of this devil that's standing in front of you, another brother can tell and explain him that he is gonna die, or can give him the answer on his this particular question, you know. So that's for that reason you are one body. If a guy comes talking about Hebrew and stuff, and the other brother knows about the Hebrew, he's gonna explain to him, listen, this is the real Hebrew. These are the good words. Everyone has his lot. Everyone has his gift from the Most High. So we are one body. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? Everyone is of the body. So if you are a foot and not a hand, doesn't mean you're not of the body. You're still part of the body. You're still part of the assembly. And if the ear shall say, because I'm not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? Yeah, if the ear says, I'm not the eye, doesn't that mean that the ear is still attached to the body? It's still part of the body. But he doesn't, the ear, which represents a member of the assembly, of the group, basically speaks on the eye, which maybe is more guided in his speech, in his way of teaching, that he basically says, for I am an ear, I'm not that eye. That doesn't make him different. He's still a member of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now had the Most High set the members, every one of them in the body, as it had pleased him. So, this is spiritual, man. So the scripture says, if everyone is an eye, if everyone is a person that knows about the Israelites who went into Africa, about the history, the Igbos, the Ashanti, you know, if everyone knows about that, you also need ears, you also need hands to be one body. Everyone needs to know his part. So the Most High had set it up how it pleased him. This man knows a lot about that. This man knows a lot about that. This man knows a lot about that. And if they were all one member, where were the body? Yeah, if they were all one eye, how can it be formed to a body? But now are there many members, but yet one body. Yeah, the group is complete. The Most High gave everyone his gift to go out in the highways and byways and do their thing. And yeah, that will create the body. And here it comes. This is the point I'm trying to make. Verse 21. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need for thee. Nor again the head unto the feet, I have no need for you, of you. Nay, much more, those members of the body. Verse 22, nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. So the things that you look upon, the people in the camp that you look upon and you think he doesn't know many scriptures, he doesn't know this, he doesn't, know the Hebrew that well, except exactly those men you need to honor more. Let me read it again, verse 22. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. So exactly, especially those men, you need to honor more. Even if you look at them like, he doesn't know a lot, maybe he's the reason that the whole camp was set up. You need to stay spiritual and think righteous, man. Otherwise you can just walk into that water, man. Otherwise you can just walk in that fire. Walk in the narrow path, man. One by one. And respect all men. And like the scriptures say, it's necessary that you honor the parts of the body more that don't look so special to you, because the Most High has set everyone in his place, and you gotta respect the Most High for giving you this gift, man. If you, for example, are a brother who memorizes a lot of scriptures, so left and right, you gotta watch out with everything you do, man. Honor the brothers in the camp. Love the brotherhood, man. Don't go off. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 16. Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? Yeah. You shouldn't look for a higher ranking in the camp. Why would you look for a higher ranking here in this wicked society, man? In the camp. You gotta know your place, man. If Yahweh Hashem Yahushai allows it for you to grow in the camp, then it's the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But don't go out there and talk bad about other brothers and say, yeah, this and that, he doesn't do this or he doesn't do this, only to pump yourself up, You gotta stay humble in this truth, man. Like the scriptures say, why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? Yeah, you gotta think about the kingdom that's for to come, man. Like the scriptures say, that the least, that the greatest here can be the least in the kingdom of heaven. This ranking over here is not connected with the ranking you can have in the kingdom of heaven, man, which is going to be here on earth. So you gotta stay spiritual on that, man. Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, which is the kingdom, rather than that which is present? We gotta look for those things, man, which are for to come. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. By him therefore let us offer sacrifice of praise unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua continually, that is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. You know? Here we don't have a continuous city, man. So like Nate Satan is doing, he's building houses, schools, and whatever. He's trying to build Black Wall Street too. Here is not our rest, man. You know? So, hey, to enter into that narrow gate is not something easy, man. You gotta be good with the brothers. You gotta stay spiritual. You gotta stay humble. You know? You gotta stay in the spirit, man. Don't go like Nate Satan says, my mind is gone. My mind is gone from here. Like he said in that clip. That means he's gone from the Most High, man. He's departed from the Most High. You gotta stay in that right path, man. Straight is the gate that leadeth unto righteousness, man, unto deliverance. You know? Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Examine thyself. So with that, say shalom.